Sherpa?
Buck. So yeah, I knew.
Yep.
I knew where you were getting at.
Yeah.
Wavelength.
we don't have to riot. It is 8:30 on the dot. We are in our drop top, cruising the streets, getting ready to have some fun in the sheets. We are live. It is 8:30, and this is Wednesday. And here we go. Look at us. Our beautiful faces are sexy, sultry voices.
We could have
We're
a
ready.
quiet riot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, feel the noise.
Girls rock your boys.
Rock your boys.
Get wild, wild.
The two-hit wonder.
Yeah.
I want to rock.
That's not Quiet Riot.
I know.
Okay.
But as far as Quiet Riot goes, isn't the lead singer the brother of some other famous person? Oh shit, that's gonna drive me nuts.
I don't think so.
I swear to God, it is. Quiet Riot.
No. Hello, Red. Stephanie Zimbalist would have been great as Marion in Indiana Jones. I mean, I thought Marion, the actress who played Marion Ravenwood, was very cute. She had like a certain style with the dimple chin and everything like that, and her eyes. She was cute to a very young Donnie G.
So Ryan, I understand that you had a celebrity encounter.
I did
this weekend.
I did. So,
and I've been waiting days to hear about it.
So Wednesday, right? We record and an article about a young man, an entrepreneur, if you will, came up. We discussed his second attempt at making his own quote unquote console. And when I say making, that's also in quotations. But over the weekend, I decided that I wanted to head over to Chicago. Never had Chicago deep dish pizza. Also wanted to get gold status on Delta. So I booked myself a 1-day vacation. And sitting in the airport in Atlanta, I sit down, right in front of the gate, and scrolling on my phone. And then another guy sits down right next to me. Probably a guy in his, early to mid 30s, takes out this handheld, flips it open, and starts playing it. And I was looking at it and I was like, wow, this thing looks like a GameCube controller with a screen on it, and I'd never seen it before. So I just said something to him. I said, oh, I've never seen a console like that. What is it? Did not acknowledge me whatsoever, right? And so his buddy, who is sitting on the other side of him, looks at me and goes, oh, it's his. He's coming out with it real soon. So I was like, wait a minute. Now this person is playing, was it Def Jam Fight for New York? Actually was really good at it. Was like both thumbsticks going crazy on this thing and doing really well. And then I was like, all right, I'm not going to ask if this is in fact this person, but it would appear to me that Soulja Boy was sitting right next to me.
Yo!
And so I look up. I noticed he has a tattoo that says Lisa on his face. So I was like, Lisa tattoo Soulja Boy. And boom, pops up the first thing. I was like, all right. We have confirmation.
Soulja Boy confirmed.
Right. And then I look over and he scrolls out of Def Jam, and I could see in the background it says Soulja Game as like the wallpaper of this thing. And so I'm like, holy shit, I got to get a picture of this. So I took a picture of him playing, and then I waited with like the camera like tilted towards the game until he exited it out again. Took a picture, zoomed in. Sure as shit, it is Soldier Game. And he is sitting 2 rows up from me and on like the window seat. But sitting there, I'm listening to him and his buddy interact about the console. And I had said the GameCube thing, so I think he started talking to his buddy about that. And he goes, "Oh yeah, I don't like the color of this thing." And his buddy was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Oh, it comes in black and like see-through green." And so
Which coincidentally,
coincidentally, the Retroid Pocket Flip 2
yeah,
does also come in those colors. Strange.
weird.
Um, and so the other comment he made was, well, with the purple, it looks like a GameCube controller, and the girls really love it. So, yeah.
Yeah, nothing more attractive about a man than purple.
Right. So I'm like freaking out about it. I'm messaging the Discord. I'm like, holy crap, this is happening. This is happening. And then, I did not have the gumption to walk over to him, mostly because we just shit all over his console on Wednesday.
I mean, come on. We talk about Soldier Boy in our podcast, and then not 2 days, well, the next day from when the podcast drops,
Mhm.
you're sitting next to the man in an airport, and he is playing the console that we discussed. That was the universe softballing up this opportunity to you, and you did not take it.
Do you know those big, the big red wiffle ball bats, right?
Yeah.
That you get as a kid.
Mhm.
That was the size of the home run that you could have hit had you said something
It
to
gets
Soldier
worse.
Boy.
How could it get worse?
It gets worse because the next day on my very early 6 a.m. flight, I'm standing in line to get to, for them to call up my zone, if you will. And I just look over and recognize the matched Louis Vuitton luggage. I was like, holy shit, he's on my flight again.
It's His Royal Highness's matched luggage.
Right. And sure enough, he is 1 row and by the window on that flight as well, and still did not have the balls to say anything to him.
So did Soldier Boy go to Chicago just for deep dish pizza as well? Ryan is up there with first world problems, taking a
Yep.
flight to just go get deep dish. Like, I could take a flight to San Francisco to get some authentic Chinatown cuisine and come back, and it only takes a day. That's
Right.
that's the life that I want.
What I did find interesting is, he sits in first class, but none of his buddies did.
He doesn't make that
Well,
kind of
yeah.
money anymore.
I don't know. I mean, I have no idea what the life of a jet-setting celebrity is like. So, it's not like he was a jerk or anything. It's not like, I'm complaining that, it was a bad interaction like a lot of people have had with celebrities in the past, but it's just, it was ironic that.
Agent Nil says, man, Soldier Boy was in Chicago and he didn't hit me up. Can you imagine?
Shame. Well, so I mean, you say he didn't act like a dick, but he didn't acknowledge you. You tried talking to him, he ignored you, and he basically talked to you via proxy. That's
It's
a dick
true.
move.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure he deals with assholes all the time trying to talk to him. So,
I guess,
yeah.
but
I guess.
And
but
I'm
if you're
definitely
like,
an asshole. So
if you're actively promoting a product, you don't ignore people who express interest in said product.
that was one of the
That's
things I was
like-
surprised. It was
Of
like,
course.
marketing
hey,
101, but
right? Like, hey, you should check this out. This is what this is. Oh, are you a gamer? Like, maybe his buddy could have sold it to a little bit harder.
yeah.
But whatever.
T-Ken says, Blue is now wondering if she can talk to RGB via proxy.
Oh,
that an option?
And
Donnie, is that an option?
no, I don't want to be the medium. I don't want to be the vessel here. And Simon Ashtier
Alright.
says maybe Soldier Boy recognized you. So maybe he saw you and he's like, huh, that guy just shit all over my
Yeah,
product
that
and me
son
as a
of a
person.
bitch.
And now he has the audacity to talk to me like I'm his friend? Yeah. But wouldn't have that been great if you would have struck up a conversation with Soldier Boy and you would have said, "Hey, we just talked about that on our podcast." And he's
You
like,
should
"Oh
would've been
man,
listen.
let me check out that podcast, man." All right, and then he checks it out, he listens to it, and
On
then
the
sees
plane.
you
Yep.
sees you the next morning. You're like, "Oh my god, okay, he's gonna check it out." Yada yada yada. I'm never going to see him again. But you see him the next morning getting on the same flight, and he spots you, and he's like, "Hey, come here." You're like, "Oh god, oh god, oh god, I gotta change my flight."
Get punched in the face at Chicago Airport.
Worth it.
There's so much security. You'd probably only get punched once or twice.
Oh, there you go.
Do you feel like Soldier Boy would be the type of person that we shit all over him to be litigious and say, "I'm going to sue you guys for defamation of character"?
We haven't said a single thing that's not true.
It's
You are
true that we
correct.
have not said a single
Okay.
thing. And anything that we speculate, we say we're speculating. So I think we got our bases covered in that way.
Do we have a legal department that can foot the bill if somebody decides to sue us?
I don't think so. Somehow I feel like patron dues are going to cover this.
No, that'd be a tough one. Ducks in Disguise says the Instagram beef would be incredible.
That would be awesome.
With our like 8 followers we have on Instagram.
Ducks is
Well-
he specializes in bird law. Oh, we got that part.
Mm-hmm. On that horribly disappointing note, I think we should start the show.
Yes. And thank you, Frank. Frank says, "Ryan, did Soldier Boy realize that you flew to Chicago only for pizza? Maybe he didn't realize that you're a bougie too."
That's what you could bond over. Bouginess.
Please don't tag him. Please don't.
He probably wouldn't pay attention to it anyway.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way he would actually watch. All right. Welcome, everyone, to Gamers Week podcast. Like the name says, we analyze the best, worst, and weirdest headlines of the past week in the video game industry. This is episode 189, and today is Wednesday, November 12th, 2025. Thanks so much for tuning in, everyone. My name is Blue Williams, and I'll be your host for this evening. But as you can see, I am not alone. I have two fine co-hosts with me. My first co-host is still coming to terms with the recent discovery of his ovophilia fetish. At least, I assume he has an egg kink if the erotic noises he was making during Monday night's stream are anything to go by. Please, everyone, say hello to Ryan Payne, aka Retro Game Brews.
It was mostly like,
There are a lot of them that were quite a bit more sensual.
I mean, the camera cuts off about right here, so you don't know.
So
It was
We
a
don't kink
tempest.
We don't kink shame. It's okay.
we don't know if those sounds were from the egg going in or coming out.
I don't know.
As you said, we can't see below the belt.
It's true. It's very true.
And my second co-host was recently quoted as saying he wants to climb into a chicken's butthole. And if you're looking for context, well, then you obviously weren't at that party. Please welcome to the show the Tip King, a.k.a. the one and only Donnie G.
The
Tip
King.
Daddy, Tip Daddy.
Yeah, but the trophy name was Tip King.
It's true.
That's true. That's true. It's
Yeah.
so warm up there. It's so warm and relaxing, and then like you get pushed out so suddenly. You're like, oh, it's so comfortable. What the hell's going on? This loud squawk, and you're like, oh, okay, I guess I gotta go back inside.
Wow.
Yeah,
I suppose your therapist has heard all about that.
it's expensive. It's expensive therapy. Let me tell you.
All right, want to start your own podcast? Maybe about a reboot of Hellraiser where the Cenobites are played by Care Bears? Well, you'll need a place to host your show. Buzzsprout has a user-friendly interface, great analytics, and resources to help grow your audience. Use the link in the description to get a $20 credit when you sign up for a paid plan.
We have such
sights
to
to show you.
I knew when I wrote this that you two would come in for me at that moment. And you didn't fail me.
Yeah, we often come in for you at the right time.
And that's why this podcast works so well. All right, let's move on to our reviews, reactions, and requests. Tom is Fit says, my new favorite gaming podcast. Very fun, funny, and entertaining.
Mwah, mwah,
Thank you, Tom.
mwah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Burko says, back when I first checked out Luna, it didn't work on Mac or Linux, and I didn't have a Fire Stick or anything like that. Apparently, they've made it so it'll run in the browser on anything now, but I had since forgotten about the service.
Right. Big misstep right from the beginning. I mean, it's not Cyberpunk 2077 where everybody's talking about it. So, hey, we fixed everything. So maybe you can go check it out
Right.
again. Yeah. So,
And Ramboski says, congrats on hitting 50,000 downloads. Here's to another 50,000 downloads. Cheers. The show is just as entertaining as it was since the beginning. Thank you for everything you do, for the amazing community you guys have created. As always, it's greatly appreciated. And great trivia hosting, Blue. Thank you, Ramboski.
Mwah.
somehow
I
I
thought
feel
so.
like you added that last sentence.
You can check the receipts. It's on Twitter.
I do not believe you.
It's on Twitter. You can go check for yourself. All right, let's move on to our patron shoutouts.
All right, well, we couldn't do what we do without the help of our gorgeous patrons. Here are the generous folks supporting Gamers Week on Patreon. Puzzle Butter, number one Blue Sick Boys fan, John Barron, Sassy Sony, Evo Lust.
That's not what it says. That's not what it says.
What? Number one Blue Six Boys, Chan. Sorry. It's all one run-on sentence, so it's not like I'm reading it. John Barron, Sassy Sony, Evo Lust, Cyrim, Al Harrington's wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man Euporium and warehouse. I hate whoever wrote that.
You take a wild guess.
Yep. Mega Retro Man, Gamertroid, Moradi, Michael. He is one gigantic motherfucker. The Kite, Emo-esque, Bill Tucker, you know, the beeps, the sweeps, and the creeps. Fruitcakes, I hate it when my Schwartz gets twisted, pickled pepper, ducks with thick thighs, absolutely the best podcast, a work in progress. Bobson Dugnut, yep, I lost my place. Bobson Dugnut, Blues Little Sis, Loudmouth, Retro Blast Pat, BNT's the other guy, the Mad Milkman, Seven Castle Forest, Crunchy Kong, Claw Machine Daddy, Frank Grande, Love Retro BTW, Steven Sand, Ramboski, Terry Kinnair, Don't Make Me Pull This Car Over, Games with Coffee, fucking love Sonic 2. Hybrid Divide, You Fall Before Me, Davey PGH, the Pixel Pond family, including Shannon and Luke, and the Ski Ball Daddy, and Zach, aka Generic Name Daddy. If you like what you hear today, we really hope you do. Please consider joining us on Patreon. Your support helps cover the cost of producing the show, as well as other cool stuff we'll be doing like prizes and giveaways. Also gain access to our bi-weekly patron-only bonus cast called Gamers Week Uncut. Patrons with benefits. Visit patreon.com/gamersweek or follow the link in the show notes to learn more.
Two things. One, the quote is still from Commando, but it's from the security guard who's describing him. He's like, that is one gigantic motherfucker.
Actually.
Yeah. So
I just like the way Arnold says motherfucker.
You're one ugly motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
And Zach, you will always, forever be known as Old Cluster Nuts. So no matter what you change it to, you are Old Cluster
Yeah.
Nuts to us.
To be fair, I changed it to Generic Name Daddy.
Did you really? Oh.
I was gonna say we have to leave room for Zach to change and evolve and grow. But if you did that to him, well, then maybe we should change it back. All right, let's move on to the headlines.
This headline segment is proudly sponsored by Absolutely the Best Podcast, a work in progress. Each episode, George and Zach discuss and rank all the best things, and right now they're working through every movie in the Alien vs. Predator connected universe. This week, they've got a trivia question for us. Atari's football arcade game from 1978 is the first example of what video game feature that surely everyone takes for granted these days. Visit them at absolutelythebest.net or follow the link in the show notes.
All right. So, Atari football in 1978 has to be awful.
You think?
Probably. Yeah. That's a safe assumption.
But I might have an insight to this.
Okay.
So a couple days ago on Facebook Marketplace, I had something come up that was very interesting to me. As you know, I like cocktail tables as video game arcades, and
Glad you
this
commented on
one
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
came up. So it's listed as Gridiron Fight, and I think what they did is they took an Atari football cabinet or whatever and like refit it to match up with this Gridiron Fight. And so I just looked it up, right? I was like, all right, I've never heard of this game before. Let's take a look at it. And it's a more modern version of Atari football. One thing that kind of grabbed my eye is that this thing doesn't use a joystick. It uses a trackball. And I was, of course, doing research on that. And ironically enough, that's one of the things that they mentioned was that it was one of the first, or if not the first, arcade to use a trackball.
So
Am
it
I right
supersedes-
or wrong, Blue?
Well, that was my guess, was that it was trackball, but I didn't think I was right because who takes a trackball for granted these days?
Right. That's not a feature that you take for granted.
I think it's one that we all take for granted in the sense that it became ubiquitous as part of gaming for the longest time, right? So when it first came out, I would imagine it would have been super novel. Like, oh, look at what you can do. Look at this.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. So
Which subsequently led to Missile Command and Millipede and Centipede and stuff like that, which I believe, I mean, those games came well after. You're talking like 80, 81. So, yeah. I had...
So is that your official guess?
my official guess is it's trackball.
All right.
I couldn't even begin to tell you. I've never heard of that game, so I'm just going to go along. I'm going to ride on the coattails and say trackball.
Okay. Well, as it turns out, the answer was tangentially related to a trackball because it is the first game to feature scrolling, which you use the trackball for. So you could scroll to see the whole football field versus the aspect ratio of the screen that in the picture you showed.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
I was almost correct.
almost you were right there. Once again, the universe softballed you up.
I know, that's so
tremendous
weird.
coincidence. Must be nice to be the universe's favorite.
If only it would tell me what numbers to pick for the lotto, and then what we'll all do is move into just one podcast house and go from there.
It'll tell you what numbers to play. You'd never play them.
But I would be, because I've totally pussied out on Soldier Boy. And it says pending on this listing too, so. Oh my God, I'm missing everything.
Universe, call me. I will listen. All right. Let's get into this week's headlines. I will do another
Take
compilation of you slurping if you do that all show. Thank you.
Mind if I have some of your tasty beverage to wash this down?
Big Kahuna Burger.
Okay. Let's get into this week's headline.
There's a mute button on this thing.
I apologize sincerely to everyone. Get ready to do the Silk Song release date shuffle all over again. GTA 6's delay just blew up the whole game industry's holiday 2026 plans. GTA 6 was originally slated to release on consoles in fall 2025, which would have been around now, before its initial delay to May 2026. If you look at the major games releasing in May 2026 as of now, there's basically nothing, because everything was shambling to escape Rockstar's orbit. However, Rockstar's parent company Take-Two Interactive has now announced that the game is delayed once again to November 16th, 2026. Per Take-Two, this delay is designed to give some additional time to finish the game with the high level of polish players expect and deserve. Rockstar has our full support, of course, and we are confident that they will deliver an unrivaled blockbuster entertainment experience. In other Take Two news, last week the company fired between 30 and 40 employees in a move that the Independent Workers Union of Great Britain claimed was blatant and ruthless union busting. Take Two issued a statement that the fired staff had leaked company secrets in a public forum, but according to Bloomberg, the public forum was a private trade union chat group on Discord. All of the fired employees were either union members themselves or trying to organize a union within Rockstar. Now, IWGB says it's issued a legal claim against Rockstar for unfairly dismissing staff for union activity and blacklisting its members. Alex Marshall, IWGB president, added employers like Rockstar would do well to understand that private spaces such as trade union Discord servers have protections and that their company's contractual clauses do not supersede UK law. This case stands as a warning to any employer in the games industry and beyond who thinks they are able to act with impunity against organized workers. We will not be intimidated.
Who was the stool pigeon? Stool.
Yeah, I don't
Who
know.
leaked this crap? I want to know. I want to, as the mayor of Amityville would say, I want him hung up by his Buster Browns. So I think that sucks that somebody went and leaked information about this from a private Discord server, and Rockstar taking that stance and deciding to fire workers over this is it's not a good look, is it? This is not
No,
a good look.
it's a bad look. There's a million ways that you could handle it. I read an account on Reddit, which, take this with a grain of salt, could be complete bullshit, could be true. But it was basically somebody else sitting in the office watching the people get marched to HR one by one, 2 minutes later being frog walked out of the office. And that's all it took for them to say, "You're fired. No negotiation. Here's your letter. Goodbye."
Wow.
But it doesn't state that it was leaked. It just says that it was in a Discord server that was for union employees, right?
But how else would they know?
How else would who know?
How else would Rockstar find out that there was a private Discord server for people trying to start a union? Unless somebody
Management,
ratted them.
exactly. Management is shitty. Management probably has little toadies around the office that look and keep eyes and keep watch over what everybody's doing. They all have a Karen who's like, "Oh, I saw Timmy. He's on Discord and he's talking about the new game. So, yeah, Discord's a public thing. So you might want to go and have a talk with them." And the next thing you know,
Probably, yeah.
a firestorm happens.
Right.
Probably they were trying to recruit, and somebody thought it would be a good opportunity to do a little ass kissing.
Correct. I don't doubt it.
But GTA 6, no, like you said, no Silk Song.
I like how silk songing is now a verb. You gotta
Right.
silk song the release dates.
So imagine being a company that pushed your shit back.
Right. You were going to release in fall of 2025. Silk Song or GTA 6 said, "Nope, we're going to release then." So you took your smaller game and you said, "Fine, we'll release in May 2026." Then the GTA 6 reschedules for May and you're like, "Fuck, okay, we'll push back to November 2026." Wouldn't you know it?
It doesn't matter when you release. We're going to release right when you do. You're fucked.
Yep.
How many of those games now are going to be like, "Just kidding, releasing today"?
Probably a lot.
Yeah. We're going to get a flood to hit the market in May.
Which is it's good because I mean, obviously, you want new games, new great games to come out so you
Mhm.
can have the experiences. But as long as they're finished, as long as they're polished, and as long as they're like no day one patches or whatever, the company's like, well, we got to beat GTA 6. We got to get out to the market. Let's go. We can patch everything. If you're doing that, you're horrible. But if
Right.
you're not and you've got a great game, I don't mind.
And I mean, even to GTA 6's point, if you're gonna make it a better experience right out the gate and not Cyberpunk
Absolutely.
2077 me, I agree with this. I don't know if, I mean, obviously, I haven't seen what's going on in the background, so it makes me wonder what QA problems they were running into that would make them push this back again and again. But as long as the game is good when it comes out, I don't care when it
Agreed.
comes out.
Agreed.
I think Take-Two has more to lose from putting out a game with problems than they have from delaying it,
I
Absolutely.
agree.
considering the stature,
Hmm.
the tier, I guess, of game that they're getting ready to release. It better be as close to perfect as possible. Um, yeah, so I don't blame them.
Maybe they're making it hack proof. Like that's what ruined so many iterations of GTA in the past is people utilizing hacks to make the experience online really difficult for newbies. So,
I still
Well,
don't think they care about that.
w- when you say in the past, there's only been one iteration that you've been able to play online.
right.
GTA 3, Vice City, Grand Theft Auto 4, Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, those are you.
You
No,
can't play
on
them
San
online,
Andreas, you
right?
can't play them online.
Right, but the fifth one that came out, when that came out, it you could mod the game so that
Yeah,
you had a gun that would shoot tanks and stuff, and
I
Maybe
understand.
they're
I'm
just
just
maybe
go
they're
ahead.
just trying to prevent more hot coffee mods.
That's true. I was just correcting you because you said there were others, and there's really only one other. So I was being pedantic and actualing you.
I appreciate
Actually,
that. You make me stronger.
I love you.
uh, okay,
Really, you're
later,
like you
boys.
motherfucker.
Later. um, but if you're continuing to polish this game, you know what would probably help?
What?
Employees?
30 or 40 more employees.
Well, no, you get rid of these guys because they want to unionize, and then you advertise for the position at a lower cost, at a lower rate, and bring them in and work them over for a year. And then when the game releases, say, "Okay, thank you. We don't need you anymore."
Yeah.
What a great industry we follow.
Well, because I wanted to read, there was a statement, one of the statements that sorry.
Sanity says, "Damn, Donnie fucks with capitalism."
I just know how it works, Sanity. I would never
CD
do that to my
read them,
Uh,
says Doongie Forever.
yeah, in recent one of the statements that the IWGB made was in recent years, Rockstar executives have benefited from 443 million pounds in tax relief while showing total disregard for the law or the livelihoods of
Ooh.
their staff. At every turn, they've chosen profits over both workers and fans of their games.
That's every single company.
It really is.
It
Yeah.
is, yeah.
Does it make it right? No. But
I still can't believe that people are going into college and studying game development, expecting to have a good career after all of these horror stories.
if you just don't know, or if you actually do want to, you're young with stars in your eyes and you want to have a career doing what you love.
Right.
I'm going to
That's
put
cute.
quotations though around career, when your job and likelihood lasts for, your tenure is one game, right? And
Hmm.
you're disposable after that game is finished. So,
Yeah.
4 to 6 years and then you're out the door. That's not a very stable lifestyle, right? There's
Hmm.
there's no feeling of, safety as far as you're concerned. Like that's a grind. That sucks.
Redox says the fastest growing major in higher education right now is computer science.
Interesting.
The whole world is moving online. Soon you'll
Yeah,
be able to major in AI.
Yeah, Tken 85 says 4 to 6 years ain't bad in tech, sadly. Yeah. Hmm.
Well, we'll be watching this closely because it would be really, really nice to see Rockstar and actually many
Hmm.
big corporations get what they deserve as far as union busting and just treating employees like dirt. So,
Absolutely.
And I mean, I think we've talked about this on the show before that, as far as unions are concerned, that we all benefit really at the end. When people get paid for the work that they do and that they have a say and a seat at the table, um, that allows, you know, as far as an industry is concerned, more people to want to become game developers because they know they have that safety net.
all right. Well, moving on to much more interesting news, more exciting news, I'll say. Valve Corp is plunging deeper into the console wars with the unveiling of the Steam Machine, a new cubical device designed for playing PC games in the living room. The new console, which isn't yet priced, will be released in early 2026. It will use the Steam OS interface, an offshoot of Linux that debuted 3 years ago on Steam Deck, the popular handheld gaming device from the closely held Bellevue, Washington based company. We've been super happy with the success of Steam Deck, and a lot of the feedback we've received from gamers about it is what encouraged us to expand expand the options for Steam users, Valve said in a statement. The Steam Machine will arrive in two models, 512 gigabytes and 2 terabytes, and will be available to purchase either as a standalone or in a bundle with a new Steam branded controller. The controller, which has magnetic thumbsticks and 2 trackpads, will also be sold separately. Valve also revealed its plans for the Steam Frame, a new virtual reality headset that will ship around the same time as the Steam Machine and will also run on Steam OS. This isn't Valve's first attempt to shake up the console market. In 2015, the company partnered with external manufacturers to release living room PCs, also called Steam Machines. From the start, the devices suffered from brand confusion and sales were sluggish. After 3 years, Valve discontinued the effort. The experience led Valve to take its hardware development in-house for the Steam Deck, which has been far more successful.
They're doing a reverse Microsoft.
Donald, yes.
I'm going to pull a Josh Baskin.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
You're about to piss off a lot of people.
I don't get it.
What don't you get, Josh?
I already have a computer that plays Steam that has equal storage. Okay, is this thing upgradable? If not, it's a fucking console that has a lifespan. If so, if I can upgrade it, why am I buying this just to play video games when I have a computer? And I can project everything to anywhere. I don't need a dedicated console to play my Steam library.
I can answer your questions, Josh.
Okay.
This is for people like me. I do not want to spend 1 second more on my computer after I'm done working. I fucking hate it. So I never play on Steam. I only want to play on my consoles. And if you think about Steam's market, where is left for them to expand but to people like me or people who can't afford like the big fancy gaming PCs?
This is going to cost as much as a big fancy gaming PC. I
We don't know
guarantee
that.
it. If you want to make a bet, I guarantee you this thing is going to cost like $9.99.
If somebody could clip this,
How much? What do you want to bet?
I don't know.
Oh, now suddenly he's having second thoughts.
a bit sheepish, are we?
Like, whoa, you're getting crazy now, man. You're getting crazy.
Redox says nope. It's going to be $4.99.
Sanity
in
says
mind-
easy 1,000 plus for the Steamy box.
Bear in mind, I don't necessarily think it's a true PC, right? It's probably just a console that gives you access to your Steam library.
Right. It's not going to be a PC at all. So it's not going to run on Windows. I think they said the operating system that's going to have in it comes in 512 gigabytes or 2 terabytes. But is that upgradable? Can I add more memory to this box? Can I swap out the graphics card of this box?
I don't think that's the intent. I think the intent is that it's a console like the Switch, right? And you can only play games from the Switch library, right? So
Yeah.
this one is you can play games from the Steam library, which happens to be real fucking big.
Yeah, but it's not going to have my entire Steam library on 2 terabytes.
Probably true. I wonder if there is cloud access.
Could be. I mean, we'll admit there's a lot we don't know about this. Its success or failure probably hinges so much on what you're saying on its price point. But let's say it's comparable with whatever the consoles are around the time this is going to come out. Which I mean, if we're in Xbox land, we're looking at fucking $800. So,
Mhm.
I mean, but the point is if they still price it below a good gaming PC, then it's still, in my opinion, a good buy, even if you can't upgrade it. Because in 10 years, I'll just get a different one. Whatever they come
It's
out with next.
so weird though. Microsoft is getting away from consoles and Steam is getting into
Into
consoles.
consoles.
And I just don't get like what this is bizarro world. I don't understand how this but you know what would be great? Microsoft has this huge big like PC thing that that it's the high end or whatever that they refer to it as very premium and Steam just like steamrolls them. And,
But
thank you. And everybody gets a Steam box or Steam machine because it's affordable and it comes with a cool controller and I can play Chips Challenge on my TV.
but so somebody was in the chat was saying that most of the games now are fucking
Mhm,
demanding for GPUs though.
mhm.
I I'm going to say I'm going to kind of disagree with you on that. There are a lot of games on Steam
Dongle.
dongle
Jungle.
that are not GPU demanding. I've got a full library of stuff that's like 8-bit, 16-bit point and click adventure games and stuff like that that I love.
Mhm.
Um, but I just can't see myself going out and buying a console that I can play those games already on my PC,
Mhm.
which I can upgrade. But like Blue said, it's mainly going to be for those people that don't want to sit at their computer to play their games. They want to go down and relax on their big couch and play it on the big screen.
There's a bunch of comments.
Yep.
Emo says it's SteamOS, which is just a marked up Linux. You
Mhm.
Fell Before Me says Blue nailed it. I won't even work and game at the same desk. If I don't game in a different part of the house, I lose my shit. Yes,
Glad that
it's
you
the
picked up
separation
that one.
of crunch and play, which yes, that's 100%. Um, what was the other ones? Sam Disfaction says, "Don't get ahead of yourself, Ryan. And now no one will suspect a thing about a dongle." And Ducks in Disguise says Valve has a huge built in user base, which is heavily invested in their store. Making hardware that's affordable and utilizes that library is a good value prop.
The only thing I would say is I question whether or not this is something that is attractive to every Steam player or a lot of Steam players because of
Oh,
Donnie's
probably not.
experience, right? No, I'm just saying is a lot of I would imagine a lot of Steam enthusiasts, player, uh, have that really nice PC, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they like Donnie would be an example of that, right? So is this an attempt to bring in more people to Steam because now it's going to be accessible and all those people who are like, "Oh, you've got a PlayStation? Well, I guess you don't get these awesome games that I've been playing because it's only on
Right.
PC." So all of a sudden it's like, "Ha ha! I can get these games now, motherfucker." So maybe this is the future. Maybe it's just Lord Gaben takes over and we all just have our own Steam machine.
I've been seeing a lot of people online referring to it as the Gabe Cube.
GameCube, that's
GameCube.
awesome. Oh my god. That is perfect.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're right. It is funny to see Microsoft and Valve kind of coming at this from different angles, whereas Valve has spent, you know, decades building this empire as a platform. And in order to continue to grow, now they're moving into hardware. They've got the Steam Deck, which again caters to a certain type of gamer that doesn't want to be stuck at a PC all the time. Now you can have your Steam library on the go. Where do you go from there? Okay, well, here's one for people who want it in their living rooms and want to play on their TV. We can give you something too. So Valve has approached it slowly, building on past successes, whereas Microsoft has always gone in kind of balls first and just really the reason they're failing now is because they're shooting themselves in the foot.
It's true. It is true.
So,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that, at the end of the day, I think probably Steam knows their audience a little bit better than
And cares about their audience a little bit
Yes.
more
Right.
than Microsoft does.
Knows
they-
their audience better, but yet they failed in 2015 with the Steam machine, and they scrapped it. I don't believe that.
Maybe it wasn't the right time as far as the market was concerned. But I
And-
also find it interesting that they also went after the Switch and were like, we're going to make a Switch killer. And then they basically roll in with this thing to go, Microsoft's already dead, so it's not going to take too much to kill the Xbox. We're going to roll out with this thing.
Yeah.
I don't think now's a great time, especially with the economy the way it is, and all these other consoles are jacking
fair.
up prices on their older consoles instead of lowering them.
That's fair. And if they come out with this thing and say, "Hey, it's $1,500," then this whole
Yeah.
discussion is null and void because ain't nobody gonna buy it.
No.
But we have to see when they actually give us a price.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this. I don't think it's going to be successful. You can quote me on that. I think this will be nope, we're going to scrap it.
When you decide the terms of our bet, what you're willing to put on the line, let me know.
I think this would be a great recap episode. So Blue, if you can just write down on a piece of paper, timestamp it, right? And just so
Keep
that
the receipts.
Yeah, just so that you can pull this up when it does release, as far as the price is concerned, and then all of a sudden we're talking about how this is the biggest console release since the Wii and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You can just do that so that it's got his sentence, and then you slow it down, right? So it's right.
I haven't done that in a
Slow it
while.
down,
Yeah.
slow it down, slow it down.
So Ducks in Disguise makes a good point. If it's too expensive, it's going to flop. I think if it comes in at an affordable price, at a today's affordable price, and I don't know if you can call $5.99, $6.99 an affordable price.
Yeah. What does affordable even mean these days? That's
Exactly.
a separate
Exactly.
discussion.
And you got to
Yeah.
purchase the controller separately, but I would imagine you can hook up your own controller if you want to. But yeah,
That is an ugly ass controller too.
it is
But-
very, very ugly.
They know their audience, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beauty's in
The
the eye of the
Duke was
beholder.
ugly at first, and now I love the Duke.
No, it's still ugly.
Yeah.
All right, next up. Nintendo aired a special direct for the Super Mario Galaxy movie today and released a brand new trailer for the upcoming film. In the trailer, we get new looks at returning characters like Mario, Luigi, Bowser, Peach, and Toad, alongside our first look at Rosalina and Bowser Jr. During the direct, Nintendo and Illumination, which is creating the movie, revealed that Brie Larson will voice Rosalina and Benny Safdie will voice Bowser Jr. Alongside looks at returning and new characters, the trailer also shows us glimpses of the planet-hopping adventure the Mario Brothers crew will go on in the movie, highlighting that even Peach and Toad will do some galactic travel. Although he doesn't appear in the trailer, Yoshi's appearance, along with a few other potential story spoilers for the upcoming Super Mario Galaxy movie, already leaked thanks to, of all places, Pillsbury. Yes, the American brand of baking products. Yoshi's face can be seen beaming away on the front of a box of pre-cut sugar cookies shaped like green spotted eggs. The box also leaked the appearance of Rosalina, Comet Observatory, and Bowser Jr., although those have now all been officially revealed in the trailer. The Super Mario Galaxy movie hits theaters on April 3rd, 2026.
Those fucking elves.
You didn't hear it, but when you mentioned Pillsbury, we got a special soundbite.
The Doughboy?
Nothing says lovin' like the new Super Mario Brothers movie.
So I haven't made a secret of the fact that I made it about a half hour into the first Super Mario Brothers movie, was bored out of my mind, and turned it off. So it doesn't matter what I think. But
I think that's true of a lot of things.
hurtful. What did you guys think?
I think it's more of the same. More of the fun
Mhm.
part that the first one was. It appears to be. There's jokes already in it, right? Jack Black is excellent as usual, and it sounds to me like it's just a continuation of an already pretty damn good movie.
Yeah, I thought
So
it was a good movie as well.
Simon says Mario was a big jerk when Bowser showed him his painting, and then Reddox says, of course he was. He's Chris Pratt.
I got no problem with Chris Pratt playing Mario. I'm sorry.
Me neither.
I think he was good. Like there wasn't a point, and in fact, I think there is some Charles Martinet in there because I heard the like the hoo hoo. So Chuck I think may have made an appearance.
There could be a million worse actors to voice Mario. If they would have gotten Gilbert Gottfried to voice Mario, I mean, come on. Chris Pratt is like God tier compared to Gilbert Gottfried.
Why is that the bar we're setting?
I don't
The
know.
Gilbert Gottfried bar.
Hey, Bowser, what are you doing in its castle?
I would watch that, though.
But ironically, you would watch it ironically.
That's the only way I'm going to watch this movie anyways, let's be honest.
Well, no. What if the depressed star is back in the new movie? Because you like that one. You like that part of the movie, right?
A depressed star was funny for a couple of jokes, but would not be able to carry an entire movie.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
You're right. I don't. But I have strong suspicions.
You are the death of fun. This is just fun. It can be. You can watch a movie and have fun. It doesn't have to be a, thematic romp and life-changing experience. Like this is a popcorn flick that has a lot of fan service in it. Just appreciate it for what it is.
Ryan telling you that
will.
you should appreciate a movie because it's fun. Huh. Yet he shits all over my movies that I like. That's great.
Yeah, because you have terrible taste.
You know I don't. Sanity says fun is for effing casuals.
I mean, we all have our different definitions of fun, and what I find fun is something that's not predictable every single beat of the movie. But I digress.
I don't think it was 100% predictable. I mean, the whole depressed star, I didn't see coming.
Mm-mm.
And this one, because it's Galaxy, there's a lot more places to go, things to do. This could be fun. I think, though, you need to give that movie, the first one, a rewatch. Just humor me. I'll watch it with you.
Why on earth should I do that?
Yeah, like why is that going to make it better?
Wasn't that for me? Humoring you.
Yeah, I got no.
You just told me I was the death of fun, so
It's your opportunity to prove me wrong. There we go.
You're gonna need to try better than that.
No,
yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure, just like the first one, this will go on to make $1 million, bazillion, gazillion dollars
Mhm.
worldwide, and Nintendo will continue to sleep on their beds made of pure gold and diamonds. And yeah, then we'll see a lot more like this. Supposedly, once this one comes out, and then also the Zelda movie, Nintendo has said that they want to increase the cadence of their movie releases. So
They become Marvel.
more.
Joy-Con, the movie.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. Gyromite. Oh my god.
If Rob the Robot is not a villain, I'm gonna be so upset.
Donkey Kong with Seth Rogen.
Right?
I didn't hate it. Arkanoid the movie.
Arkanoid the movie.
Tempest.
Excite Bike. See ya.
Yeah.
I mean, they really could do that on Excite Bike, like a Days of Thunder kind of movie, right?
Yeah.
But of course,
They could.
it's overheating. Oh no!
Why are you constantly overheating? I didn't hate the first movie. I don't hate the Sonic movies. I haven't seen all of them. I think I've only seen 2 of them. They're okay. They're fun fan service. They're not horrible pieces of dog shit like the original Super Mario Brothers movie was, which now you can look back in retrospect is a little campy fun, knowing how horrible it is. But I thought the first Super Mario Brothers movie was excellent.
And that's fine. I don't begrudge either of you that.
But we begrudge the fact that
Yeah.
you hate it. You're not allowed to hate things, Blue.
Right?
Clearly, with how much money this made, I am in the minority, and I'm okay with that. Not every movie is for every person.
She doesn't even like the first Predator.
What?
Well, okay, I did redact that a little bit. I tried to watch 3 movies this past weekend, and Predator was the best one that I watched.
I mean, he throws a knife through a guy's chest and then says, "Stick around." Doesn't get much better than that.
I saw it. I did.
Jeez, you got a big. Never mind.
Because of the echo.
See, and I was actually thinking that. I was thinking before he died, the poor glasses guy, I hope he got some of that big, that he was always joking about before he died. And I kind of don't know if he did, but
Jesse Ventura's chest got opened up like a big one, but yeah.
I'm not going there.
Because of the echo.
That's a different kind of movie. All right. And last up, Holy Pizza. They're finally making an Overcooked reality TV show. As reported by Deadline, the series is in the works for Netflix from A24 and will be the studio's first reality series. The show is supposedly an unscripted format along the same lines as Nailed It and The Floor is Lava. But Overcooked will reportedly distinguish itself with high-stakes kitchen challenges and the signature chaos that made the video game a hit with fans, Deadline says. Like trying to cook meals in the beds of 2 moving trucks while the kitchen bursts into flames, for instance. Overcooked first released in 2016 as an up to 4-player cooperative game where players try to complete cooking tasks to build orders to meet customer requests, all while dealing with various kitchen obstacles. It's the kind of game that can make or break your friendships, which also means it might make for some genuinely engaging TV. A24 is also currently working on movie adaptations of Kojima Productions' Death Stranding and From Software's Elden Ring.
I think that Overcooked is the perfect relationship test that you can have.
Oh no.
So if you're thinking, hey, this might be the one.
No.
Play some Overcooked with each other and see how you react when the other person isn't doing what they should be doing and not keeping up or pulling their own weight. If you're just like, oh, whatever, right? Perfect person for you. If you both are locked in and you're going at it and you're ready to you're making the food in just a beautiful, harmonious way, you're perfect together. But other than that, Get out now. Get out now.
What's the insurance going to be on a show like that? If you're cooking something in a truck that's bursting into the flames, like, is it that kind of show? People are gonna get injured?
I think
6
you have them
months from
sign
now, we're gonna
sign a
talk
hell of
about.
a waiver before
Yeah.
they go on.
6 months from now, we're going to talk about how the show got canceled because somebody tragically passed away in a flaming truck accident.
Right. Z Puzzle Better says you need a new segment, Red Flags by RGB. I think he would have way too much fun with that.
Oh, I might do that for an end segment here.
Yeah, but
All right.
I don't think that there's any relationship that can survive this, if I'm being honest. Like, my family has, for years and years and years, all played Mario Party together. It's great. It's fun. We sit down to play Overcooked. Oh my God. Like, we
You're
had
out
to
of the
stop.
will.
Everybody was going to be disowned. Like, it can't be done. It cannot be done. And I don't care how good your relationship is with this person.
I've never played Overcooked, so I don't know what's going on with the show or with the game.
So the idea, of course, is that you got a bunch of ingredients. You've got patrons who want to eat a specific meal, and you're working with another chef, right? So it's almost like it's an assembly line. And
Okay.
the reason that it breaks up friendships is because if you're not working perfectly together, like shit piles up real quick.
Mm-hmm. And stuff catches on fire. And I tried to play it by myself. Pretty sure it's not possible. You need at least one other person. But when we got farther into the game, there were several levels. We hit a stopping point where we couldn't progress with only 3 people. Even
Right.
working, not bad. You needed 4 people to be able to do all the tasks and in the right order, and don't fuck up. Don't cut the mushrooms when somebody needs onions. Like, yeah.
Just imagining though your family be like, Grandma, did you just call me a motherfucker?
See, Ducks in Disguise says, I burned soup. What the fuck is that? The soup will catch fire, yeah.
Go Homo Go says, who has that many friends?
Chucker Narc says, whose inner Gordon Ramsay explodes first?
Mm-hmm.
Mine.
I could just see you giving people death stares too. You're just like, what's good drama?
Yeah.
Because you got those looks that kill. So
She's
yeah,
got looks kill.
I mean, I'm definitely gonna watch this when it comes out just to see the chaos.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
For sure. Check it
Right.
out. But yeah, Donnie, when you eventually, if you ever try Overcooked, you may as well play it with somebody you already hate, because that way, no harm, no foul.
So one of you two.
I was gonna volunteer, but
Hi-yo! So yeah, I probably won't play this game. A game like Egging On is giving me fits, and I think that one would probably make me punch my computer. So no, thank you.
But
How
you
many
did
people
so
can
well.
play at once in Overcooked?
4.
Is it just so it is 4?
Yeah.
Oh, we should do a patron gaming night.
Nobody will want to be patrons after that.
No, we just sit back and watch.
Nobody will want to be patrons after that.
Watch the chaos.
All right, let's move on to our top 3 new releases.
All right, so I gotta ask a question. That first word, is it lumines or is it lumini?
It's Lumines? Luminous? Maybe?
You know, when we had Paul on the show, the Gamersician, we had the same discussion. The Lumines,
That's right.
Lumines, Luminis. No one knows.
All right, first up, lumines arise.
Woolmines.
PS5, PSVR 2,
Ooh.
and PC. A mind-blowing, fiendishly addictive reinvention of the puzzle classic Lumines from the creators of Tetris Effect. Connected, where sounds pulses through your body, mind, and every block you place, triggering dazzling visuals synced to driving beat of an infectious, eclectic soundtrack. It's a lot of adjectives.
Ducks in Disguise says, "Yo, it's me, Lou Mines."
Where's my money? Stand and deliver.
Next up is Rue Valley, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, Switch, and PC. Rue Valley is a narrative RPG about a man trapped in a time loop surrounded by a colorful cast with complex emotional stories, each hiding unexpected secrets, dealing with mental challenges. The main character must rise from the depths, delving into the anomaly to uncover its enigmatic origins. And last up, Call of Duty Black Ops 7, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. In Call of Duty registered trademark Black Ops 7, Treyarch and Raven Software are bringing players the most mind-bending Black Ops ever across an innovative co-op campaign, an electrifying multiplayer experience, and the legendary round-based zombies mode. So, with these three lovely games, Donaldo, what are you going with?
Out immediately on Call of Duty Black Ops 7, which leaves Lumines Arise and Rue Valley. Now, in our poll in our Discord, I chose Rue Valley because I love the look of it. It's that whole isometric, makes me feel like I'm playing Shadowrun again back on the Super Nintendo. Disco Elysium, which I still have in my Steam library, I have yet to play, but it has that feel to it.
Mhm.
I just don't know if the gameplay is going to be something that I can get into. So I'm
Because it does have
speculating.
that 3-letter acronym that you love so much. RPG.
Oh yeah. Like, which I don't mind. Typically when you think of RPG, you think of like medieval or fantasy aspect. This is not the case here. I want to say Rue Valley, but if Rue Valley isn't up to snuff, then I could easily pick Lumines Arise. Lumines Arise.
This is my buddy Lou Mines and Joey Bag of Donuts.
Lumines and Johnny Shovels. Get it there, tag team.
I got it. All right, Blue, what about you?
Yeah, so when we ran the poll in the Discord, Rue Valley got 53% of the votes. Lumines Arise got 29% of the votes. None of these got 18%, and Call of Duty Black Ops 7 got a measly 0% of the votes. Nobody wants this game. And Sam Disfaction says, nothing says innovatively more than more of the absolute fucking same.
Exactly.
You know, they've got a formula. It largely works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I will say, while everyone knows I don't want to play Black Ops 7, that is the game we have actually purchased here in the Blue household, because Mr. Blue has been bouncing off the walls. So excited to play this. So, you know, for what it's worth, that is the game we actually bought. Rue Valley, it looks like a lot of people are comparing it to Disco Elysium. Looks really great. Heard really good things about it, so I'm interested in playing that for sure. Lumines Arise would really be my choice, except for I could not play Tetris Effect. It gave me the worst headaches. Even not on VR, just on the regular PlayStation, I could not play it. So I suspect Lumines Arise would give me the same, which means I'm in for Rue Valley by process of elimination.
Okay.
What about you, Ryan?
So I will say this. I've seen recently Call of Duty Black Ops 7 advertisements, and they're funny. So the concept is that what's her nuts?
Yeah, her.
Nikki
Yeah.
Glazer, right? And the Scandinavian dude who played the crazy cosmonaut in Armageddon. They are the replacements. So whoever it is that they're interacting with, they're replacing somebody for the day because they're at home playing Black Ops
Oh,
7, right?
they did those. Frick. With it was some quarterback, like
Right.
he's not at the game. It was that actor in the game
Hmm.
instead, and everybody's
Was it
like, "Where
Kyler Murray?
Kyler Murray?" I was like, "Where's Kyler?" Oh, he's playing Call of Duty.
And they're funny. They interact. It's clearly there's a large amount of apathy. Like there's one point where um, they're the front desk of like a pet grooming service, and woman asks for her dog, and they bring out an iguana instead, and she's like, I want my dog, and Nikki Glaser goes, I'm gonna talk to your manager, and she's like, I don't even work here, and then the one guy goes, me neither. So kudos on the marketing campaign. Not gonna buy it, not even gonna touch this. So yeah, uh, so thanks for the laugh. I appreciate that, but did not convince me to buy the game. So
Go Hobo Go says Kyler Murray did just go on injured reserve.
Yeah, he did. He
Coincidence?
did.
ooh,
I think not.
Oh.
that was like foreshadowing, wasn't it? They
Mm,
were um, which brings me to Lou Mines Arise. As far as things go, I'm in the same boat as you, Blue. It's disorienting at best, uh, and it's probably vomit inducing at worst. Is
yeah,
watching the trailer, I was woozy, just going, oh, okay, oh, this
yeah,
is too much at once. It was like sensory overload. When it got to the actual game, it wasn't that bad from what I could see, but still, it's just too much. I think for me, at least.
yeah,
I like puzzle games, and I like games that are similar to Tetris and Columns and all those games, but just if there's too much going on, I'm already like so focused on trying to get the next thing to work. If there's too much going on, it just fries my brain.
yeah,
Which brings me to Rue Valley. I really love the atmosphere of this game. It feels cool. It feels a little bit dark and dank, and to your point, Donnie, and it feels very Shadowrunny,
Hmm.
which um, is exciting. From what I can tell, too, like the game itself has a lot of twists and turns in it. From just the small trailer that I saw, and I like games like that where it's unexpected, and you know this seems like it's definitely worth my time. And I also like the fact that it's not trying too hard to be a AAA game. Like they know their lane, and so if you can create a really good narrative story, you don't need it to be Baldur's Gate 3 in order to get there. Sign me up. So I think I'm going to go with Rue Valley this week, and not just because it's the only one
Not because I've torn the others to shreds.
left.
All right. Well, before we move on, let's take a quick break to talk about our sponsor. This segment is proudly sponsored by the Retro Game Club podcast. It's a fantastic, family-friendly retro gaming podcast. In each episode, Rob and a guest pick 2 games to play and discuss, as well as news, interviews, and other topics. This week, they're playing through Crew Ball, a Motley Crue-themed video pinball game for the Genesis, and Ninja 5.0 for the Game Boy Advance. Visit them at retrogameclub.net or follow the link in the show notes.
I love the fact that there were so many games back in the day that utilized metal bands.
for pinball specifically.
Pinball's a little bit of a stretch, but there was like Holy Diver on the Famicom.
Hmm.
There's obviously Crew Ball on Genesis. There was
Yeah.
Revolution X, right, with Ted
Yes.
Aerosmith.
There's the Kiss pinball game.
Kiss and Metallica had a pinball game as well. Uh, I think that was the golden era of
Yeah,
music and video game crossovers.
game devs back in the day, they just looked at metal, they looked at pinball games, and they thought match made in heaven.
Why didn't we ever
What
get
are-
a Nelson video game then? Or a White Lion?
You have a degree in game development.
It's true.
Make it happen.
When the children cry. No, I'm not doing that. Not going there.
Yeah, but Ninja 5 if it's the one I'm thinking of, is actually a really amazing game for Game Boy Advance. I think they did a port of it a while ago, which is great because if you want to get a cartridge of that original game, it's like $1 million.
Damn.
Redux says we got in sync. Get to the show, and we were told to like it. Okay.
Oh,
Go Hobo Go
Yeah.
says, I wish I wasn't old enough to get your White Lion reference. But you are. But you are, sir. But you are.
oh no, yeah. Sanity says Twisted Metal 1 was peak and it's all been downhill from there.
I like Twisted Metal 2 better than Twisted Metal 1. Just throwing it out there. All right. Welcome back, students. Please take your seats. Welcome back to Gaming History 101. I'm, of course, your Professor Rybread, and today we're going to be talking about kind of a unique situation that I wasn't completely aware of until recently when I saw a video that randomly came up on my YouTube stream or algorithm, and I thought it was something that was fairly interesting. So I ended up doing a lot of research into this and wanted to talk about it today as a phenomenon that's currently plaguing Japan. And so before I jump forward to this, have either of you have heard of the concept of Hikimori? Blue, what have you heard about Hikimori?
That
Hickey?
it is most of what I've heard about it is that the older generations in Japan, waving their fists about kids today because they don't want to go outside, they don't want to socialize, all they want to do is play their video games.
Right. And what's interesting about that is I think that there's some confusion, and that's some of the other things that I've been doing research on between Hikimori and like otaku, right? And so otaku, of course, is nerd culture when it comes to Japan. So it's, the one thing I like about Japan is they love to just make up names for shit, kind of all encompass like what it is, and you know this one, though, in particular, kind of struck home, though, with Hikimori. So, to give you an explanation, the word Hikimori refers to people who shut themselves away from the world, sometimes for months, sometimes for years, and they rarely leave their rooms, avoid school or work, and have little to no face to face contact outside of their immediate families, and sometimes not even that. And it's simply a lifestyle choice or a phase of introversion. And it's a profound social withdrawal born from pressure, anxiety, and a world that feels too heavy. So, what's interesting about this is actually the way Japanese society is set up, right? So, if you come from a middle class or higher family when it comes to income, you have some expectations. So you go to school, then you go to university, and there is this point after you graduate from your university degree in which you are interviewing at all the top companies, more or less, trying to get into those so that you're set for life. So you're checking out Motorola, you're checking out Sony, whatever it is, right? The idea is to try to get into those companies early because that's how they recruit for new employees. They take the crop of new graduates from that year and they pick the best of the best.
Sam
What?
Disfaction, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yep.
Sam Disfaction says Hikikomori, they also call it the Ninis.
The Ninis. Interesting. I did not know that.
So you say Hikikimori, but the way Ryan was pronouncing it, it sounded like Hikimori. And that sounds like something that the kids used to do back in the 50s at Make Out Point.
Right, and then you have to like take a hair dryer and like a comb to get it out.
Yeah.
If you
Does that work?
Oh no, that's a
It
burn.
does.
That's a burn.
So
Okay.
it's an you gotta try.
I
So the one other piece to this though is that I gotta be honest with you, this kind of resonates with me a little bit.
It doesn't sound all that bad.
I'm somebody who's a bit of a shut-in. I am a homebody myself. I will fully admit that. If I didn't have to go outside because of work and other things, I probably wouldn't choose to, especially in an age in which I can have like everything delivered to my house. I have no
Yeah.
reason to. I'm also living alone in a new city for myself, and I'm going to put quotations around new because I'm almost 2 years or almost a full year into it. But nonetheless, I get it. Is what I'm trying to say. Is that I can empathize with a person's desire to kind of become a bit of a recluse, especially when uh, social situations make you anxious. You want to withdraw from high stress and high pressure, right? It's I get the appeal at least as to why somebody would start this type of lifestyle. The problem comes from when it turns from a few weeks, a few months to decades of this. And in fact, what we see is that many of these folks basically live off of their parents. And if say there's a term that they use called the 80-50 problem, meaning that you have parents who are in their 80s and they have a hikimori at home who is in their 50s. If they pass away, that person doesn't know how to take care of themselves at that point. It's been so long
Hmm.
since they've had to go outside. I mean, their parents cook their meals for them, they take care of all their bills and everything, and so therefore how do you reintroduce somebody to society that's been a shut-in for 30 plus years, more or less. And what's more interesting about that is how prevalent this is. So it's estimated there are over 1 million hikimori in Japan today. And some experts actually believe that that number is higher, hidden behind drawn curtains, quiet walls, that kind of thing. But the phenomenon once was thought to be unique to Japan and has since surfaced globally, reflecting a broader unease modern life where digital connection and isolation coexist uneasily. And I don't think the pandemic helped eliminate this situation. In fact, I think there are probably many people who came into this lifestyle as a result of almost being forced to stay at home, more or less, and found some comfort in it. But one of the things I do want to, of course, talk about is hikimori. Quite a few of them. It's not at all uncommon for them to rely on gaming communities and gaming as a hobby, as something that they choose to do that will for entertainment purposes as well as social connection, right? That's where I think sometimes people get confused as to hikimori versus otaku, right? Where it's somebody who is just a full-on geek about their favorite hobby. So wanted to kind of create at least an understanding of the difference between those. So um, because they both invoke images of young people holed up in their rooms, surrounded by screens, anime figurines, all that good things. Um, but in truth, they actually represent opposite reactions to the same pressures. If we think about it, so an otaku is somebody who is deeply passionate about their interests, anime, video games, manga, right, whatever, and they consume their time and their enthusiasm with those genres, those pleasures, those pieces of entertainment, right? So for decades, otaku culture has been seen as socially awkward or obsessive, but it's fundamentally about engagement. Otaku are still out in the world. They're attending conventions, meeting others who share their hobbies, and forming communities around what they love. Over time, this subculture has even been celebrated as part of Japan's creativity and economic identity. Um, it's almost like the Portland keep Portland weird. Like Japan loves their otaku, so it's become much more socially acceptable. Where hikimori, on the other hand, isn't defined by a passion, but more by the withdrawal. piece of this, right? So while some hikimori happen to be otaku, the key difference is the isolation piece. They turned away from school, work, social relationships almost entirely, and otaku look forward or look outward through their interests. Hikimori turn inward and stay there.
So it's a form of agoraphobia.
It is, yes. Um, and that's to the fact that agoraphobia is a phenomenon that we're familiar with says to me as well that this isn't something that's relatively new necessarily. Um, but the one thing that I have found is that you typically do not see people like this in uh, poor countries. And a lot of the reason behind that is if you're in a country where you can't sustain your family, right? You can't have somebody who's not going to work and not going to contribute to the income of the household. So that's not a choice, more or less. Where this is, and I hate to say this, but this is like
First world problems.
a literal definition of a first world problem. You got it. You got
Yeah.
it. Right. So to give you some history behind this, the prominence or the phenomenon that we see here kind of came to prominence in the 1990s. Japan's so-called lost decade, when the economy stagnated and lifelong employment, once a cultural cornerstone, we actually talked about that already, crumbled. And for a generation raised on rigid academic tracks and societal expectations, the pressure became unbearable for some folks, right? So some stopped showing up for school, others quit their jobs and just disappeared into their rooms, quietly slipping through the cracks. So then came the internet, and with it came games. And for many hikimori, video games weren't just entertainment, they were oxygen. Inside games, they were worlds without judgment, goals that made sense, and communities that didn't ask what university they attended or which company that they worked for. In an online role playing game, you weren't a dropout or a disappointment, you were a hero, a strategist, a teammate. Gaming gave me structure, said one former hikimori in a 2018 NHK documentary, which I watched a lot of this. This was interesting. In the real world, I could talk to anyone, but online, I could be brave. So
Hmm.
games like Final Fantasy, World of Warcraft, and even later iterations of Final Fantasy like 15, became virtual meeting places where isolated individuals found friendship, purpose, even romance. And these games offered what everyday life didn't: a sense of belonging and progress, all from the safety of a small, um, mostly dimly lit room, is what we're going to assume. Um, and the reason as well is that a lot of these folks, their sleep schedules are set up so that they sleep while everyone's awake and they are active when everyone's asleep. So a lot
Which
of
again,
them,
I'm not seeing the problem.
I agree as well, as someone who's a night owl and someone who hates the fact that most of society is tailored towards extroverted morning people. Uh, I don't mind that.
It's night out, it's cool, the internet is fast, and the world is quiet. It's
Exactly.
perfect.
Exactly. So the question then is it a escapism or is it a survival mechanism? I'm not going to say that I'm 100% positive on this one. This is more my speculation on that, but there is a line, I would say, between refuge and avoidance that can actually blur pretty quickly between these folks. This is why it becomes something that doesn't just last a month but can last decades. And there are quite a few psychologists who are studying this, and they also recognize that gaming might kind of be a part of the problem a little bit too, because it can help soothe and sustain that isolation. Um, so because they can be there to form social bonds, it feels real to them, right? These relationships that they have uh, with the people that they play with online can make even the outside world feel even more foreign to them, right? So why would you put yourself in a situation that's going to make you feel uneasy when you have control over the kinds of relationships, how you present yourself to those people? You can be whoever you want on the internet, and nobody knows the difference. You may very well be interacting with somebody on a daily basis who is a hikimori, and you never know the difference, right? But I would say it's one of those things where I'm not going to blame gaming for this. I think it's a crutch, right? Um, it's more of a symptom than it is the cause of a problem that has persisted long before gaming has existed. I mean, we talked about agoraphobia, with the term recluse is very common as well. So this isn't something that's new. It's how would I put it? It's more accessible because of the society's, or at least the income value of people in society. More people have money than ever have in the past. So being a hikimori is a lot easier to do. So the reason I brought this up is that I just think that it's an interesting dive into the life of someone else that I felt as though I could probably easily find myself falling into if I had a wealthy benefactor who wanted to pay for all my stuff and let me live in their house, right? And all I was thinking too is that if I win or if I win the lottery, do not expect me to show up to anything anymore because I will absolutely live out this lifestyle. You know what? They're gonna find my body in my apartment years later, right? Uh, and all jokes aside, though, if you feel as though you are kind of falling into this, you know, routine or whatever, um, just be aware that it can be debilitating. It can be something that, it, to the point in which this becomes more comfortable, and it's almost it's akin to things like hoarding as well, and other social based, situations or problems that people run into. So I would encourage you that if you feel as though you're kind of falling into this, start to do some research into it and seek help um, moving forward. But yeah, here is the tale of the hikimori, our hidden gamers. So, any questions before we finish up here?
I don't think so. That was very thorough. Thank you.
Yep. Well, thank you for attending today's Gaming History 101. And if you have any suggestions or stories you'd like to hear, feel free to email us at gamersweekpodcast@gmail.com. We might feature your suggestion.
Redox says they're thinking of looking, or they're thinking of adding it to the DSMV.
Oh, no kidding. Wow. And I know that the countries that it's most prevalent are Japan, Italy, the United States, and there's one other one. It might be
Well,
the UK as well.
you know, when the world is gestures wildly, doesn't always sound so bad. But yeah.
Again, I can empathize 100%
Yep.
with this.
100%.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and wrap up the show. Thank you, everyone, for listening to episode 189 of Gamers Week Podcast. And a big thank you to the Retro Game Club podcast, Love Retro BTW, Pixel Palm Production Company, and absolutely the best podcast, A Work in Progress, for sponsoring this episode. Don't forget to check out their links in the show notes. If you want to connect with Gamers Week, follow us on Twitter and Blue Sky at Gamers Week PC. Watch us right here on Twitch at twitch.tv/Gamers Week Podcast, where we will record live every Wednesday at 8:30 Central Time. Email us at gamersweekpodcast@gmail.com. Visit our merch store at gamers-week-podcast.creator-spring.com. Or if you want to do it the easy way, follow the link in the show notes. And last but not least, join us on Patreon at patreon.com/gamersweek. Finally, since you made it all the way to the end of this episode, please leave us a rating and a review to let us know how we did. We really do value your feedback. And while you're there, consider subscribing on iTunes, Spotify, or your podcast platform of choice.
And if you ever get the opportunity to ask Soldier Boy a question, don't be Ryan.
I think that's just good life advice.
Oh, shit.
Hashtag don't be Ryan.
Yeah,
I
I get
would
the
just
one finger salute.
I would just continue to talk to him until he got up and left, and he moved.
You
So
just
you
like
wore him
badger
down.
him.
Yeah, well, I mean, not badger him. Obviously people do that to celebrities all the time. Like, oh my god, I can't believe you saw you. Just, I mean, you were engaging him about something that he was playing. You weren't.
And selling.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, you weren't akin to the fact that he was Soldier Boy, so you didn't let on to that aspect. Like, hey, I'm a gamer. I noticed you're playing a game, a console. What is that? Yada yada yada. And for him to be a dick. And if you're listening, or if Soldier Boy's entourage or his security is listening, that's a dick move. You might want to give him some social classes. You were just being a decent human being, engaging in people. And you say that you're an introvert, but the fact that you actually engaged him and struck up a conversation, that speaks volumes.
I will
A
say
small
in
attempt was
my
made.
head, I was like, should I ask? Should I not ask? Should I ask? Should I not ask? So that was before I knew it was Soldier Boy. I was still
Right.
like, should I ask this person what game console they're playing? But I had never seen one before, and it looked pretty cool. It was like, the twin thumbsticks, and obviously the color scheme was identical to GameCube. So I've just wanted to know more, and then it hit me like a ton of bricks after he said, "Oh, it's his."
Right. Like,
Right.
what do you mean? What do you mean it's his? Like, he
And
owns
no,
it?
he said
Yeah, I
he's
get that.
coming out with it soon, and I just like, like the whole episode just went like back into my head. Right? Like,
Then the Scott Pilgrim gets it.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, you got it. So it's just like I'm sitting on my phone, and I'm like, thank God I got a privacy screen protector, because I was Googling Soulja Boy Lisa tattoo.
When he said, like, oh no, he's coming out with it, you should have said, oh, does he work for RetroFlip?
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry,
Damn it.
Soldier Boy, but you're a fucking scam artist. Hmm. The views of this podcast are not generally, are not necessarily.
These are the individuals on the
Yeah,
podcast. They're
exactly.
not
There you go.
necessarily reflective of the opinions of Gamers Week as a whole.
Whip. If you're watching this, whip. Yep, there you go. All right, guys. That is it for us tonight, Wednesday, November 12th. Thank you very much for attending with us tonight. We will be back next Monday for a Gamers Week live uncut. And then, of course, back next Wednesday for a live episode. Episode 190. 190. Was that a... Now, are you going to leave that in? Was that a fart or was that a burp? It sounded like a fart. It sounded like a fart.
It was a parting burp.
It was a fart.
That's
what it sounded like.
Sweet sorrow.
What other podcast can you listen to and get a parting burp?
A PB.
Seriously. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. You all are too kind. We love you. Kisses. Good night. Talk to you later.